AMD pushes out 3D Cache Performance Optimizer driver on Linux, allowing efficient L3 cache and core frequency allocation. AMD's latest 3D Cache Performance Optimizer driver for Linux brings optimal performance to Ryzen X3D CPUs. AMD enhances Ryzen X3D CPU functionality by creating a dedicated 3D Cache Performance Optimizer driver to navigate CPU core reordering. AMD's 3D cache-fueled Ryzen X3D CPUs are a fan favorite, especially since the performance they bring on board is unmatched when you factor out the price-to-performance ratios. Now, Onyx reports that AMD has pushed out a dedicated driver to cater to Ryzen X3D consumers, and the traces of the 3D Cache Performance Optimizer driver at Linux show us that Team Red looks to take this particular CPU lineup a lot more seriously moving into the future. The new AMD 3D Cache Performance Optimizer driver is said to make the allocation of cache frequency operations on the CPU much more effective, since the driver apparently figures out the intensity of the workload or whether it requires a higher cache memory or greater CPU frequency. Then, accordingly, it changes up the CPU core reordering, which means that if you require faster frequencies, cores within the faster CCD are given leverage, and if the workload needs a higher cache, the driver redirects it to cores within the large L3 cache CCD. This means that AMD won't just mount up higher L3 cache on CCDs for future Ryzen X3D models, rather, it will work with an optimized approach, ultimately enhancing the 3D cache technology for better efficiency and performance. There were reports previously that AMD was planning to implement this optimization technique for Windows as well. But with Linux getting the initial look, it might be that Team Red will test out the driver before actually implementing it for the superior OS. It will be interesting to see what sort of performance improvements AMD's X3D platform experiences once the driver officially drops on Linux. We expect benchmarks to surface, so make sure to keep an eye out.